Okay, folks, how are we doing today? So it's like top of the day, 25th January. Hope you guys either have had or having a good, productive day today. And I appreciate you listening to this video. Okay, thank you for your time. Now, I want to talk a little bit about uh, truck driving and, commercial driving and commercial driving driver's license. Okay, in this particular field. It is a great field. This is one of the few trades, along with other trades too, okay? But the commercial trade is one of the few trades where you could come in, probably work for about 6 months, all right? But it was a year, but now it's 6 months and you can make like 80,000 or more a year because with chain issues and as well as truck drivers retiring and so forth. Okay, it's very difficult to find truck drivers here. It's been like that for the last probably 3 or 4 years. Okay, well, many truck drivers feel as they're not getting enough, getting paid enough, and a lot of drivers are finding something else to do with COVID. Okay, and now a lot of truck driver companies are paying out more money and giving more incentives. But in order to do this job, which is a not easy job, you have to have certain qualifications to truck drive, and it's not for everybody. But now, pretty soon, as of February 7th, you're going to have to get more training, okay, to be able to do this type of job. And that's what I want to talk to y'all about, okay? As a former commercial driver myself, working in fuels for 20 years, most of that time in the Army. But let's get into the subject of this ELDT. This is entry-level driver's training. So basically, it was where they would like for you to have a year to do certain types of truck jobs. Now, the DOT, this Department of Transportation, and DMV has cut this down to 6 months. Okay, and it's one of the things where they want to have accountability. They want people to have more training because they need drivers on the road, but they don't want to put drivers on the road that's not ready to drive. Okay, and they've been some liability issues. So I think this is the reason why this this ordinance came out. And it was something that came out in 2016. It was delayed to 2020, but with COVID, they're finally going to decide to come out with it. Okay, so this is the Federal Motor Carrier Administration. Okay, has decided to come out with this or concoct this entry-level driver training, and it's going to be at least 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, these programs provide things like driver qualification, driver hours, a better accountability for it, and also whistleblower protection. Now, I think that's for the certifiers. That certifiers must have to have the training, okay, from the DOT or the DMV before they can train. And believe me, that training is going to be tough. So here's some of the provisions that this new ordinance have, okay, that applies for either new CDL prospects that want to attain their Class A CDL license, okay? That's to drive heavy trucks, y'all, okay? So just to explain further the jargon, okay? It also applies to new Class A and B drivers. Let's say if you want to drive like a motorhome or like a box truck, okay? That's going to apply to you too, okay? It'd be best for you to do Class A, and then you could have the Class B license as well, okay? If you have the A, then you could drive something lighter because you have a higher license. Let me say that also too, okay? If you are a Class B driver and you want to go to Class A, and also if you are a Class A driver and you want to either go to hazmat or school bus, okay, or it's another one called P, okay? I don't know which one that is. This program puts a lot of the owners on drivers, okay, as far as the entry level. So it's basically like a basic training level class, and then you do the more specific stuff later. Now, some of the activities that you're going to go through the curriculum is, okay, is core training, okay. Certifiers must do, this is for drivers, core training, okay. Like certifiers must train and develop, all right, these classes to the likings of the Department of Transportation or the DMV, okay, which works in hand to hand. They have specific training for Class A and H, and also that's hazmat, okay, for these, and then you have to take a test. It's theory and behind the wheel, okay, so you have to learn a lot of stuff about the truck before you can even, drive it, and then you expect it to take a skills test, okay. Range and public, because so you're going to be out there in the interstate and you're going to be out in some rural areas.
You've got mail.
And you have to pass your test with an 80% score. Okay, some other stuff I want to talk about. Your test scores and your training will be logged in a database where it can be tracked by the DMV and the Department of Transportation, and it's going to be a universal system in the event you have to go to another school, okay, for a different type of training, okay, if you want to upgrade it. This is not retroactive to many of the people that's certified right now. So if you already have your certification before February 7, 2022, you don't have to worry about it, okay? The point being is this: I've talked to some truck drivers, and over the last couple of years, they've been so short. They've been bringing these guys in after a week of training, okay, and they're not qualified. And then stuff happens, okay. What happens is you have an incident like they did in Colorado, and I made a video about that, about a guy that ended up did not use the brake ramp, okay, or the overheat ramp, and then they end up getting an accident and end up killing 4 people. So they want to make sure that as much as they need drivers with less than a year, they want to open up their door, but it's kind of like a tax. They want to make sure that these drivers have the appropriate training before they send them out there. It's going to be more training, so it's going to turn out to be more money, okay. Maybe it'll give you them more time to weed you out if they don't feel that you're right for the job. I don't know, okay. More hours, more work, okay. But if you're able to survive it, you can come out, and in 6 months you can make $80,000 a year, okay, or more. They have Amazon and they have Walmart drivers are making more than $100,000 a year, okay. But you'll be responsible for the maintenance and the upkeep, miles and all that and stuff, the taxes and all that good stuff, okay. So this is they have jobs out here, okay. But you have to have the skills to be able to do these jobs. All right. Now, while I got you here, I just want to leave you with one other thing. That there's trades like carpentry, coding. Trying to think, ladies, you could do things like cosmetology and all that, okay? Trying to think, daycare, nursing that you could do with, and this is for parents as well, where you don't have to pay $100,000 or whatever, and then they come out and there's no guarantee you can get a job. You can do these trades. You could go, say, the truck driving school and pay $5,000, maybe $10,000 at max, but usually like $5,000 or $6,000, and you can get a job right away, making good money. So there's work out here, and this is the type of stuff that we need for our youth. That's the type of stuff that we need that you need to know. And then maybe later on, okay, when you feel that you want to get into the management or the administration part, then you can probably go to a college or whatever, okay? If you want to get into things like training and all that, okay, or into the bookkeeping and that type of stuff, all right? But there's stuff that you can do right now, but you have to have the skills to do these specific tasks, particularly like truck driving, okay? So this is like a public service announcement. I wanted to share with you some keys to success, okay? Success, generational wealth. I thank you for your time. Let me know what you think about this video. Feel free to subscribe, like, share, and Cash App $Winston Spivey if you want to donate. Thank you.